What's up, Juventini? We're on the eve of our return to Champions League football. There are storylines all over this team following back-to-back 0-0 draws in league play, and players are getting called out. Motta's having questions asked of him. Allegri's even catching strays in these pressers ahead of the Champions League football action, and we're going to take a look at all of that together. We've also got two names as a potential targets for Juve in a position that was listed as a priority by many fans in the past Mercato. We're going to look at it all together right now. I'm Berto, this is the AJC channel dedicated to Juventus. It's September 16th. Let's rock with the news, and we kick things off with the always growing target list at Juventus. Now, we could see some changes in the fullback position. We brought in Kalulu, who may not be remaining. We've also got Danilo that could potentially leave in January. Well, Giuntoli is looking at some players, all right, but these players are listed as potential targets for season's end. But he must love shopping in France because we again go to Lille. Thiago Santos, the right back, they're valued at 15 million euros. Apparently, Giuntoli has eyes on him, has been scouting him, and we could potentially be trying to find terms with the player later on this season in order to strike at season's end. But that same terms follow the next player on this list, and that is Verona's Chachua. We could apparently be reaching out to him to find personal terms later on through the season to strike at season's end. He is also valued at 15 million euros. So add those two players to the always growing potential target list for Giuntoli and Juventus. Let's see, what do you think about those potential names? Hit me in the comments. Now we get to Champions League, our return to Champions League football, and again on the back of back-to-back draws against Roma and Empoli, with the attack coming under major scrutiny for looking very weak in both of those matches. We are now ready to face a red-hot PSV that's coming in on 5 consecutive victories in the Dutch league with a goal differential of plus 17. But we have a major highlight on our side, and that is the defense. The defense has been rock solid, only allowing 5 shots on target through the opening 4 games, keeping 4 straight clean sheets. We've only done that 5 times in our history, all right? In 65-66, in 83-84, which was a Scudetto won by Trapattoni, in 86-87, and then 14-15 season. That was Allegri's first Scudetto. So the defense, will it hold up? This has got to be their first big-time test for Gatti and Bremer and company. And now we get to who is going to be the company. I would expect Cambiaso to be in there, but will Cabal get the call on the other side? Kalulu coming off a great, clean performance against Empoli, but Danilo. Will Danilo get the nod? Because there are rumors he could be getting the start. Who would you go with in this game? For me, it's very, very easy, but I go Gatti, Bremer, Cabal on the left, and Cambiaso on the right. How do you line us up in the back? Hit me in the comments. All right, now we get ready for this Champions League action. Again, Vlahovic under heavy scrutiny, as well as some of the newcomers. Everyone catching strays. Allegri also catching strays, all right, as Gus Hiddink says that he likes Motta, all right, because he plays like the Dutch, unlike Allegri, who just parks that bus right in front of the goal, all right? So Allegri catching strays even when he has no involvement with Juventus. But what does Locatelli and Motta have to say about this Champions League matchup tomorrow? Locatelli's presser, very, very clean, and some great words from him, all right? He says, of course, excited to return to Champions League, hear the iconic anthem in front of our fans. And he's also excited for the youngsters who get to experience this for potentially their first time, depending on who is in that lineup. All right, now as far as being a leader, he says, yes, I have been here for a bit longer, and in some ways I do need to lead by example, and I just work on myself and trying to improve. He's asked if he is serene, and he says serenity has nothing to do with it. As I understand, last season was difficult, and I am not hiding. I just keep working hard and looking to grow and improve. All right, so great words there from Locatelli. He continues, PSV are strong and organized. We have to dominate and try to win and impose our game on them. Now, Malta essentially backs that up entirely. He says he is just as excited as Locatelli for this matchup. He says it changes nothing as far as the league goes, and he will still work with the players he has in rotation, and he has no issues with it, and he doesn't see it being an issue. As far as Empoli goes, he says, look, it was a good performance by the lads, not enough to get the result, but that chapter is closed and now we move forward. It's always one game at a time with maximum focus and determination. All right, as far as PSV, again, he reiterates what Locatelli says, strong team that is well organized and they are strong in the attack. We are going to look to win the ball back and exploit them when we do. Again, something I said in yesterday's post-match to Empoli, I expect a completely different game against PSV. I expect it to be open, in which our attack should look dangerous with the players we have. As far as pressure in the Champions League due to Juve not winning it since '96, Motta simply says there is no pressure. He says Juve has a beautiful history that expands to the global stage, and we just simply will try to add to Juve's beautiful history and story. Love that. As far as Vlahovic goes, he says he is fine. He will score goals. But what matters the most is the attitude, and that is something he's come under major scrutiny for, and that is the attitude, the demeanor, and his emotions. Let's see what Vlahovic we get. But what do you expect to go down in this game tomorrow? Hit me with your early predictions. Don't forget, tomorrow morning we're live, standard time, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, getting you set for this big return to Champions League for Juve. Can't wait to see you all there. That wraps up your news break. You know the drill. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, join our AJC army, all right? But let me know in the comments, what do you think? Will our defense be broken for the first time this season? What do you think? Can't wait to mix it up with y'all. Until tomorrow, as always, fino alla fine, forza Juventus. Ciao tutti.